MoSportsZone.com is made possible by these great sponsors. Be sure to tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and the support of our kids. These sponsors are Geyer Oil, Eagle Stop, Barges Pizza, Hometown Furniture, Rodent Clean Works, CNC Farm and Home, Warwick Electric, Animal Care Clinic, Bill Grant Ford, Grand Missouri Bank, Southwest Sewer and Septic, Butler Funeral Home, Oak Star Bank, Pitts Homes, Bolivar Plumbing, Heating and Air, Shuff Furniture, Dope Propane, Black Rock Arms, Mid-Missouri Bank, Precision Small Engines, Shelter Mutual Insurance, Craig Lehman, McCarthy Drilling, Arrow Appliance, Quarles, and CMH. Thanks for tuning in to this Bolivar Liberator Sports broadcast made possible by these proud sponsors. Tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and the support of our kids.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bolivar Middle School, where today we will be bringing you the controlled scrimmage of the Bolivar Liberators as they get ready to kick off the 2026 football season. Matt Hindenburg here along with Clay Meyer. We got Kent on the video equipment, and we're going to bring you this little endeavor here this morning over at down in the holler, as they like to call it here at Bolivar, at the old middle school. It used to be the high school football field. So
that's been a few years back, Matt.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, it's looking good. They've done a lot of improvements over here. Press box, stands, all of them now. That's been up for a few years now, but everything looks good. The field looks in good shape.
Looks in good shape. So the team had their team pictures earlier. They're now getting stretched out and ready to go. We're going to run some plays from the 40-yard line, and we'll have some offensive and defensive plays. Well, we will apologize. We do not have numbers for practice jerseys. They have no idea. We do know some of the kids. We'll know the quarterback, obviously a couple of kids. But more or less, we're just going to give you a view of what they're going to look like. The thing that I noticed, Clay, walking in as the kids were walking out, changing out of their game uniforms, we seem to be in very good physical shape. The kids looked a little bit more muscled up to me than they have in the past. Looking at their calves from here, I think we've got a commitment back to the weight room again.
Yeah, I think so, Matt. We talk about that. I called out a kid earlier that I was told that had put on 40 pounds. I asked the coaches about that today, and I was like, really? Did he put on 40? And they said, no, not quite. They're probably somewhere around 30, 35, but it's pure muscle. And I'm looking forward to seeing that kid play this year.
And that's the Hill boy.
That's the Hill boy.
He looks like he's grown about 3 inches. What happens when you're 15, 16, 17 years old? To some people, unless you're like me, and then you have to wait till you're 21 for that to happen.
Yeah, We even have one of the coaches down there, I think, grew another 3 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, the big guys over there.
So we'll tell you about what we've got coming up this season. Next Friday night, we will be at Willard for the Jamboree. That'll start at 7 o'clock, and we will cover that for you here. We'll be at the Coaches Show next Wednesday at Barges. We'll start our first Coaches Show, and we'll kind of look at the season going forward with Coach Clardy, talk about the schedule and the conference and how things are going. And, of course, you can come down there and get a great pizza. I noticed they have if you have Alpha Gal.
Yep.
They have a Alpha Gal pizza now, cauliflower crust, so there's no bread, no milk in it.
And the cheese.
And then the cheese, so you can actually have vegetables, I guess. You still can't have meat on it, but if you have Alpha Gal and you've been craving pizza, they can take care of that for you at Barges Pizza.
Barges is taking care of the community on that right there. That is becoming a pretty a lot of folks are getting Alpha Gal.
Prevalent disease.
Yeah, prevalent. That was the word.
I'll tell you how prevalent it is. I was in Washington, D.C. with the cattlemen in April, and that's actually one of the things that we were petitioning our elected officials for, was to do more research on it, because there has been very little research. And there's actually 2 tick-borne diseases going around now, Alpha Gal on humans and Tularemia on cattle, and we're losing cattle in Polk County to that tick-borne disease. So it's a big deal.
It is a very big deal.
So they've got that covered for you. I'm still a calzone. Their calzones, oh gosh, I could eat one of those. I might go there after this and just have one. What time you open, Big Mike?
He's probably listening this morning.
He's probably in there starting to cook the pizzas already. But you can come down there. That'll be at 6 o'clock this Wednesday, and every Wednesday through the season. We'll have a coaches show, and then every Friday night we'll be live with the Liberators wherever they travel. And their schedule looks like this, Clay. They're going to start off on August 28th at School of the Osage, as we'll make that trip back up to Lake of the Ozarks, and that nice facility up there, and that's become a pretty good rivalry between the two schools. Then we'll travel to Harrisonville on September 4th, and we haven't played up there. Well, I guess I missed that one.
You missed that game last year.
Will we have the air horn behind us again?
Oh, I'm hoping not. So, we'll be sitting outside in the bleachers, though. So,
yeah. And then we'll host our first home game on September 11th against West Plains.
We moved them from the back of the schedule to the front of the schedule, and I like it.
Yep. And so the Zizzers will be in town then. And then the next week on the 18th, we'll host the Hillcrest Hornets. And then on the 25th, we will travel to Logan Rogersville. And that's a team that was stacked last year and maybe even more stacked this year.
Yep.
I would have to say they're going to be the one of the favorites for the conference championship. And then we'll travel to Marshfield on October the 2nd. Then we will host Branson, who has really turned things around down there and have won the conference the last 2 years. And then we will travel to Carl Junction on October 16th. We'll host Parkview on October 23rd. And then on the 30th of October, we will start our playoff run. They will announce the classes, I think, the second week of the season. So that would be on the after September the 4th.
24th. Yeah, September 4th. So as you're reading those, what jumps out is we have 4 home games this year.
Yep.
Homecoming is going to be our second home game against Hillcrest. So everybody mark that on your calendar. That'll be the 18th of September. Hopefully we get that 5th. It's imperative, with the Liberators going to have to earn that 5th home game this year.
Yep.
And finish in the top 4 there to get that home game.
I hope we have more than one home game in the postseason. I'd like to have about 4 or 5.
Well, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
At least 3. That gets you through the district championship. So, and that's the goal. First, the conference championship, second, a district championship, and then go on from there. As we do have, we've got a 3-year starter senior quarterback, and his maturity level has grown every year as we watch that. Chapel Banner.
It's been fun to watch.
And we've got some key skill people coming back. I think the question was, how are our bigs going to be this year? And by looking at them, like I said, they look much better physically. We do have some more numbers this year as well, Clay.
Yeah, there's quite a few more players coming out, and all credit goes to Coach Clardy. He's worked hard, kept getting over here in this middle school, and even the younger class of football, the Pee Wee leagues, and he's kind of course, those kids ain't up there yet, but he is making an impact on them and getting them excited about going on. I understand that there's a lot of good numbers this year in the 7th and 8th grade level.
Yeah, it's my understanding that the future in the next 3 to 5 years for Liberator football looks pretty good. Yep. Just numbers, also skill people.
And size.
Size. And so we had a few years where we had low numbers, we had low size. We had some good skilled people, but if you don't have the bigs up front, it really doesn't matter.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
And that's kind of been Bolivar's staple for a long time. Man, we had some horses on the offensive line for the last 20-some years.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We've had several kids go on and play. Right now, DeGraffenried Reed is a senior at Pitt State. Jack Roten went over there and played a couple years, decided that he was going to go do something different, finish school, and got into the work field. But he was over there. He was a horse.
Darren
Fugit was a tight end. He's now Division I at Appalachia State. He was at Lindenwood.
If anybody gets the opportunity to pull him up and look at some of his highlight films, I'm telling, family's been sending me stuff on that young man for the past couple of years. He transferred from Lindenwood College to Appalachia, and he is an impact player in D1 football out there for them.
You had the Erickson boy who was a tight end and played at Truman State for 4 years. Did a great job. You go back even from 2006 class, you had Scott Crane and Russell Peter, 6'5", 225 for Russell Peter, tight end. Scott Crane, 6'4", 320 line. Crazy. You had the Howard kid, Zach Howard. he was a huge man. Yeah, we've just had a lot of really good linemen in the last 20-some years. Not only big, but very athletic as well.
Very much so. Yep. And it's been fun watching the Liberator football. It's it just back in the day they said we just reloaded every year, and I think that we're kind of on the verge of getting that reputation back.
Well, we've had some coaching changes, and you got to get a program and a culture, and it's got to be consistent over time. And so, and anymore, that requires the coach to recruit kids to come out and play because it's hard, and kids today don't want to always do hard stuff.
Well, that's for sure. That is for sure. And here we are out here this morning having a scrimmage, and I'll tell you what, he's dialed up a perfect day for it. We've been over, 104, 105, 106 heat index for the past week. And I'll tell you, even the temperature's up over 100. You add that index to it, it really takes it up there.
Yeah, it's going to be 83 as they start this one, and kind of an overcast day here at the Holler.
Coach has got them all huddled up down there around the goal line, giving them some last-minute instructions. I'm anxious, man. This isn't the it's kind of the official kickoff for the season. I always like to see it against the other team, though. I mean, you get tired of hitting your own teammates after a while.
Well, and there's just nothing like the first real game either. Yeah. The jamboree is great. You kind of see what's going on, but you don't show all your cards in the jamboree.
Yeah.
But the first real game, when you have the marching bands and the crowd and the concession stand cooking, and then it's football season.
Well, let's see what we're going to set up here.
Yeah, we got, looks like who's going to be offense? The Blues?
Yeah, we just talked about this, these dummies out there on the blocking dummies out there on the field. We figured they would be going from south to north, but it looks more like they're just going to do some drill practice here.
Some drills.
Got Clardy down here on the...
this looks like their pregame warm-up that you normally see.
Clardy's down here on the left side, on the north end.
They got the bigs down on the south end zone.
We're just going to do some little quarterback warm-up right here and just hit a little about 9-yard turn-in pattern.
And Banner's number 2. Backup quarterback, is that Ruth Boy?
That's Ruth Boy. That's going to be, I just lost his first name.
Ruth
Blaine.
Blaine Ruth. Yeah.
Blaine Ruth.
He looks like he's grown a couple inches too.
He has. I'll tell you what, he's not. It's going to take him a while to get to look Neil right now in the eye, but he is. I'm gonna put him up there about 5'11" probably right now.
And we returned some receivers. We'll have. I can't think of all the kids' names. Again, we don't have rosters. We apologize, but the two boys that played basketball, Bliss and Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is back. We got Chastain. Blaine Chastain is going to be probably an impact player this year. He got a few snaps last year. He had taken a year off of playing and then came back out last year and got in some pretty good snaps last year, but I think he's going to be expected to step up a little bit this year. He's a big, tall kid, big, thick kid, playing an end position, tight end defense, so we'll see.
And you said you had a word with the coach, and they're going to go. They're going to play very few guys both ways.
Right. What he's looking at is they're going to try to do offense and defense. They call that platoon football, with the exception of just a few spots. But what they're looking at is their number ones on offense are primarily going to be the number twos on defense, and vice versa. They're very excited about the athleticism of what they have this year. They're going to go with a 3-4 defense again, and out of that 3-4 defense, depending on the offensive front that comes to them, they'll be able to shift and slide a man any which direction, make it a 4-4 or a 5-2 or even a 5 defensive, or even dropping into a 6 defensive back position. They're going to be walking the ends up and stepping them off, and they'll be going out in coverage. So it's going to be a pretty interesting. They ran it a variable of the 4-3-4 last year, but he's added a few more steps this year.
I like the 3-4, especially in today's offenses where you have much more passing, short passes. That gives you an extra man with maybe a little bit more mobility and lateral mobility to cover some of those guys in the flats and little short pop passes. But you have to have a very good nose guard to do that. You got to have an anchor there that is not going to be moved.
Very much so. And when I hear 3-4, the first thing that comes to my mind is it's a very athleticism team right there. They've got the speed to be able to drop off in coverage. They got the size to still be able to do exactly what you're talking about, force the issue with the quarterback. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I'm anxious to see it. It worked really well last year for us. To some points, there was some teams that just had a lot more speed than what we did, and a lot larger than what we were.
A lot more size, and we weren't able to anchor that center. So, if the nose guard's going backwards a yard to a yard and a half, that's going to jam up the linebackers and make it hard to make plays. So.
Exactly.
And they're down on the south end with the linemen. Here on the near southwest corner, we've got the running backs and linebackers. Midfield is receivers, including the tight ends.
Coach Conrad heading up a defensive coordinator position this year. And tell me again on the offensive side. I always forget his name.
Claiborne.
Yeah, Coach Claiborne on the offensive coordinator position.
And, of course, they still have A.J. Lynn on the staff and, let's see, Charlie Karsten, Too Tall Charlie Karsten. You already mentioned Coach Conrad. And who else we got? Coach Pierre on the defensive line.
McCullough's out there.
Line, Coach McCullough.
McCullough's got a young man playing for him. Is one of his youngest, I think.
Got another McCullough boy. Just keep bringing them down the line.
I think so. There's a new coach out there, and unfortunately, we haven't been able to get his name yet. So we'll have all that by next week. I talked to the coaches. I asked them if they could send me. They do a great job. They promote these kids is what they do, Matt, and you got to love that. You know, they're excited about it. They're going to send us all the numbers and everything here in the next couple of days, and it's just I just love their enthusiasm when you sit down and just have one-on-one conversations with them. You don't get canned answers. You know what I mean?
Coach Gregory back again as well. Head coach Robert Clardy,
who is the special teams. He heads up the special teams also.
It is upon us. Looking forward to a great season. Always fun. Love Friday nights and Saturday football. Might have a little more interest in Sunday football this year if my roommate son makes the Jets squad.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Fine young man there. You know, we've you've had a lot of contact with him. I've been fortunate enough to have met with him a couple different times in our little excursions down to the Texas country, and just a finer young man I don't know if I've ever met. Very polite.
One thing I do realize, you get a lot better service from the waitresses when he's sitting at your table.
There's no question about that. I've never had a water glass filled so many times.
When you and I and Sonny were sitting there, they didn't hardly want to come around. But boy, when you walked in, we had every waitress in the place asking. I told that one girl, I said, "You're going to drown him." But you exactly. He was trying to get to 240 and. Had a very strict diet, a lot of water, and man, they were pouring it to him.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then, like you said, he's made the Jets team, or so far he's still in camp. And I'm looking forward to watching him too. I think me and you've already said that we've got to make a couple road trips this year on a Saturday evening to get to a Sunday ball game in different places. Look forward to that.
Hoping he makes the squad. We'll see. And the Chiefs tuning up. Mahomes didn't play last night. Still.
He's not going to play in preseason.
That's smart.
They've released that information. That's what
what I've seen on the video of the camps, though, he looks like he's pretty good shape, and as Mahomes goes, is how the Chiefs go.
Very much so. Very much so. There's no question about that. It's going to be an interesting year all the way around through the NFL. A lot of good matchups coming up.
And we're going to send it back to the studio for a quick break as looks like we're about to get going, and we'll come back and we'll see some controlled scrimmage plays. You are watching and listening to Bolivar Liberator Football on MoSportsZone.com and Your Country 99.
You're listening to 99.1 KYOO halfway, 1200 AM KYOO, and 102.9 K275 CD Bolivar.
For the second year in a row, Forbes has named Mid-Missouri Bank the #1 best bank in Missouri. And customers across the Ozarks are the reason why. Midmo customers want more than a place to keep their money safe. They want smart financial guidance on saving, spending, buying a home, or even starting a business. Back-to-back champs in Missouri, Midmo is supporting schools, philanthropies, and small businesses. And Midmo keeps improving. Better facilities, better local experts, better tech, and better ways to bank. Find out more at midmobank.com. Mid-Missouri Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic. They're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small. From intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming, they've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
When you need local experts you can rely on, set your sights on Arrow Appliance. Whether you're shopping for brand new appliances or replacement parts, we make it easy with professional delivery, installation, and haul away. Plus, Arrow Appliance price matches within a 50-mile radius. Visit your local team at 1805 West Broadway in Bolivar or online at arrowappliance.co. Arrow Appliance, we aim to serve. Is anything better than a hot, cheesy slice of pizza fresh out of the oven? Barge's Pizza in Bolivar believes great pizza is meant to be shared. Grabbing lunch with coworkers, feeding the whole family, or surprising a neighbor just because. There's one golden rule. Be nice. Share a slice. Bubbling pepperoni to fresh margarita with mozzarella, basil, and vine-ripened tomatoes. Every bite's made with love and meant to be shared. Make someone's day delicious. In Bolivar, south of the square on Main Street. Barge's Pizza.
Welcome back to Bolivar Middle School as we are bringing you the Liberator practice live from the holler, and we're doing a little blocking run scheme here, and we've had some contact, Clay.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, this is what I've always said. There's no guarantees in football except for on every play you're going to hit somebody or somebody's going to hit you, and there's nothing that brings that to the forefront as this drill right here. You've got one block, you've got a center or a lineman blocking, then you've got an up back blocking, and then you got a running back. And on the other side, you got 3 defenders that you're going to try to get through. And everybody's getting hit. I'm just telling you. Fun drill to have right here. I've seen different variations of it over the years. You know, some of them set it up and run it parallel and call it goal line tackling. You know, you start them 2.5 yards off the goal line and just got, very bare minimum blocking and running and just a couple defenders out there. And it's just basically one-on-one. You're just pitting yourself against another man and you get after it.
Good job there by the defensive lineman to get the offensive lineman stood up and block up things for the backer and the D-back to make a tackle. Another good job there by the D lineman. That time he got his man back about 2 yards and actually pushed him into the up back.
Kind of watching these backs, there's going to be contact right there close to what is the line of scrimmage right here, plus or minus a yard either way. But if you watch the guys that's carrying the ball right there, he's keeping his feet moving and he's falling forward and getting a couple extra yards. You like to see that.
Oh, nice cut back there, in by the back.
Without a doubt. Good job right there. The offense got downfield on them right there. The defense didn't step up and take anything on right there. So
now on the down lineman, the defensive man was about 3 yards, driven 3 yards off the ball. And it showed as they actually got through all 3 defenders.
Yeah.
So it starts right up there on the front, though.
Not a bad block right there.
Little swim move
63.
by the defensive lineman, number 39. Got a size mismatch on the line of scrimmage with this one. We'll see how it works.
Well,
the offensive man never moved. They blew the whistle.
seemed to work out pretty good.
the 2 down linemen, neither one of them moved. And the defensive man, you got to watch. Usually you watch the ball, but in this case, you got to watch the offensive lineman in front of you.
Yeah. There we go. They just line her up, do it again. I believe that's going to be
Close to getting the touchdown.
Hey, you see that was a pretty good burst of energy right there. By the running back, 26. I'm not sure who that actually is right now, but they don't necessarily have their game jerseys on. These are all practice
duplicate
jerseys.
numbers all over.
Yeah. So, good block right there and great cut.
There's some contact. It doesn't appear that this year's Liberator group's going to be afraid to hit, Clay.
No, that's for sure. Ooh,
there's a heck of a collision.
That was a big offensive hit right there. I mean, he sent the defense backwards.
Good job by the defense that time.
Shut him down.
Down lineman held the line of scrimmage, got the outside leverage, forced the running back to the outside, and then his 2 defenders behind were able to get in there. Good burst up front there and a nice run.
I'm going to open the door and see if we can pick up some of that noise. Good move.
A nice, good field vision right there by the back. His lane got blocked. He made a nice cut.
They're doing a good job of trying to read their block. They're not just going head first up through there. You know, they're kind of being patient. You like seeing that in a running back? I don't think we did that back 40 years ago.
No,
it was lower your head and go.
I don't think Pete Atkins would like you dancing to the outside. Son, we called the play to the 2-hole.
Yeah.
Why were you in the 4-hole?
Yeah.
Well, son, we called the play to the 2-hole.
Yeah.
Go sit down and think about it until you figure out to go to the 2-hole.
know what spot you're supposed to go.
Is Pete going to be 101? 102.
102 in September. I got to spend a little bit of time with him just about a month ago. Actually, more than a little bit. We had quite the...
There's a collision in the hole. Nice job by the back to bounce off. The defensive player needed to wrap up a little bit.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm saying, too. I mean, going for it. We got a little holding face mask right there.
Good job by the defensive lineman to get penetration and actually tied up the lead blocker as well.
Good cut. Good run.
Nice run.
Keeping them feet moving, I'm telling you right now.
I don't know who number 10 is, but he's a pretty stout little runner.
He gets his pads out over his knees there and goes, man.
Wow, the linebacker in that one blew it up and then got held by the offensive lineman.
There we go. Get a little contact, boys. Get a little contact. This is big on little here. Look at this. Look at this.
Little dude made some.
Yes, he did.
But his backer didn't help him.
Yeah. Yep. That was the last one, I think. Maybe not. Yeah.
No, maybe they're all going. Yep. They're going to line up. We'll take another short break. We'll be right back. You're watching Bolivar Liberator Football. MoSportsZone.com, listening on Your Country 99.
50 years of change. When you think about it, 50 years spans 3 or 4 generations. Cars became SUVs, trucks became personal transportation, and service stations, they became convenience stores. Through all those changes, Bill Grant Ford has evolved by building relationships based on experience and trust that generations have come to rely on. Thank you for trusting Bill Grant Ford for 50 years and still proving it's better in Bolivar at Bill Grant Ford.
BlackRock Arms has moved. Find the best deals on guns, ammo, optics, knives, and more at 2270 Springfield Avenue, right next to Ace Hardware in Bolivar. Same great service, now with more space to explore, from days out on the range to outdoor adventures. BlackRock Arms has you covered. Visit in-store or online at blackrockarms.com.
BlackRock Arms, you punch your patriots!
Hi, this is Mike Jones. At Bolivar Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we're proud to keep our neighbors comfortable year-round, providing expert repairs and installations with trusted local service, proudly offering high-quality trained heating and cooling systems that last. For reliable comfort, trust Bolivar Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Call 777-55-55. 777-55-55.
At Butler Funeral Home, we understand the importance of honoring your loved ones with lasting memorials. Hi, I'm Kyle, and I want to introduce our monument services, where quality meets craftsmanship and your vision becomes a reality. Choose from our large selection of unique designs, each crafted with special attention to detail. Experience the excellence of our customer service as we guide you from start to finish in fulfilling the final wishes. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Holler at the Bolivar Middle School. As Coach Clardy has requested that we not show any film of from here on out. We are going to get some kids to come up potentially and visit with us, a couple players and maybe a couple coaches, but he requested that we not air this to the public, as he doesn't want to give away his hand for the season, Clay.
Yeah, we got the Jamboree next week, and we weren't really sure what we was going to have today, just being the scrimmage. Just, I guess it's kind of taking place at the old Gatorade scrimmage, where everybody brought Gatorade for the team.
You're a few years younger than me. Did you have a Gatorade scrimmage or a soap scrimmage?
We had a soap scrimmage.
But they don't shower anymore.
They don't shower anymore. Yeah, we definitely had soap scrimmage.
Yeah, we had soap scrimmage, too. We didn't have a Gatorade scrimmage. We didn't have Gatorade.
Yeah, exactly.
You got 2 big orange salt pills and a Dixie cup of water.
Oh, that is exactly right. Oh, what a deal that was. So, but anyway, they're going to go ahead and have their scrimmage, and rightfully so. Coaches said, hey, don't show our plays, because we want to kind of keep that under our close to the chest until next week, and even then they're not going to let too much out, and that's the way it should be. We did see the drone up in the air here a minute ago, and they're bringing the yard markers and everything out. I'm excited. I'm anxious to see a couple of these kids come up here and get to visit with us a little bit.
So we will cut the video. We'll stay here until we get some kids to interview. We will cut the video off, though, once they start running plays.
Yeah.
Coach Clardy taking the sticks over to the other side.
Coach has done a good job with setting the temperature here today. I think it's still less than 85 degrees. I've seen a little.
It's nice and cool in here. I got the air conditioner.
Yeah, I seen some video footage on TV throughout the week of some of the Texas high schools doing a little practice. And
were they indoors? Most of them have indoor practice.
Some of them were indoors, but they were showing several of them that were outdoors, primarily the ones that were outdoors. And I'm telling you right now, I broke out in a sweat just watching the video. I mean, that's one thing, man. August, 2-a-days. That was always something.
Oh, yeah. You just wanted to go home and go to bed, but you could do that in high school. In college, you just had something all day, every day, meetings, you just wanted to go put your head in the pillow and get rid of it. The first 3 days in the helmet, just your head hurts.
Now, I'm not sure if it was, we didn't realize that it probably wasn't legal, but me and a few of the guys that I played with, we'd finish that morning practice and we'd head to a local motel and go jump in their pool, and we'd swim around in that pool for an hour or so just to get our body heat back down. And then the same thing in the evening. We'd get to that. I don't want to name the business, but it was a motel not too far away from the stadium there.
Well, now even in the high school level, these kids are taking ice baths, and even SBU. I mean, it's mandatory in most colleges, and you do get that body temperature down, plus relieves all the inflammation from the hitting, and I've gotten used to it too, and I like my ice baths.
They're 2-a-days anymore, dude. I mean, it's kind of just a long day. They'll go in the morning, then they take a break, but nobody leaves. They eat fruit, and they do ice baths and all that stuff, and stretching and all that stuff for an hour and a half or so, and then go back out and go another hour and a half or so, 2 hours. So it's not, I guess it's still 2-a-days, but it's not the old 3-hour shot in the morning and 3-hour shot in the evening.
I do remember my senior year, they stopped that. We used to go at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we'd go home, and then we'd come back at 4. And a lot of times some guys didn't come back at 4 o'clock. So the coaches said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're going to practice, and then do like you said, we'd go in the room, we'd have something for a couple hours.
Go ahead and kill the video now, I think.
We're going to have to kill the video.
Or just put it on the scoreboard or something, just as long as we're not getting it down there. Yeah, that's, we went, I don't know when Jeff said he went to doing that. I know it happened at some point, but we always did the 7 to about 10:30, 11. And then Coach we'd be back on the field at 3, and it was for mimicking when school actually started. You get out and get your pads on and get on the field at 3:21.
So this looks like the number one offense going against probably the 2s and 3s on defense.
See a couple good-sized linemen down there. Not going to call out any sets or anything, but
it's pretty similar to what we'd seen in the past from the Liberators.
Yeah. 3-4.
Nice move by the quarterback on a busted play to pick up about 7 yards. Said Banner back for his 3rd year at the helm.
It's going to be big. He's got a lot of experience under his belt now, and you can always count on maybe a drive continuing play as a result of that, or a touchdown as a result of that, or maybe in some cases even a win as a result of the quarterback having that kind of experience.
So far in the first 3 plays, like I said, we haven't seen anything much different than what we've been used to from the Liberators.
Defense seems to be fired up a little bit. See Gonzalez out there, if that is his game jersey and practice jersey. It's that number from last year. And playing on the, it's like he's in the slot position. I just can't tell who's wearing number 3 over here as a split end.
There was a Wilkinson. Who's the?
Bliss is probably one of them.
Was number 1. He was a senior. That was the real fast kid that got injured last year.
Yeah.
And Banner has to run on that one as the defense broke it up, and they blow the whistle quickly. They do not want the quarterback hit. Do not hit the quarterback in preseason. I'm surprised they don't have a red jersey on him or something.
Yeah, I am too, really. Everybody's in blue jerseys right now out there, so it's a little difficult to tell who's offense and defense when you're just sitting back here watching. Good patience by Banner on that.
Nice pass across the middle.
He
would have been good for a first down.
Yeah, he did his check downs. He went to, I think that was his number 3 receiver right there that he threw it to.
I don't know how you tell who's, said they're all blue jerseys.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see who you're throwing to.
They've all got those deals on their helmets too. That's
the extra padding.
The extra padding that's up on top. So we're rotating some folks around now. We're pulling, looks like the number 1's out of there. Yeah, we've got a new quarterback standing back there, and I believe that is Ruth. That's a big tight end or tackle that just came in there.
It's a good-looking kid. Looks like we might have some freshmen and sophomores playing defense.
Yeah, it does look that way.
They look pretty small.
Yeah, compared to the majority of the guys out there. I mean, you can definitely tell the size difference right there.
A busted play there. Quarterback had to keep, but he made something out of it.
Yeah, he did. And he didn't panic back there too. And he's getting some snaps here. Everybody was covered up pretty good. I was kind of watching him and to see if he was going to just blast out of there right off the get-go. But he went ahead and went up through all of his progressions right there before making the break. 1, 2, good read. Went for a first down.
10-yard pass to the tight end over here in the near flats.
They only went about, did they go maybe 8 plays, Matt?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looked like 8 or 10 plays.
Good run.
Run up the middle, another first down. That would be a hometown furniture and mattress first down.
There we go. Got to get used to saying that again.
Yep. We went out and bought one of those dual adjustable beds from Hometown Furniture and Mattress. Oh my gosh, what a game changer.
Oh, really?
I don't have to sleep in a chair anymore.
You're kidding me.
No. And sleep like a baby. Should have done it 20 years ago. I don't know if they had them 20 years ago. Nice job there by the quarterback as he kind of run the option and saw a man open over in the near flats and got him. Highly recommend those.
Well, there we go. I might have to.
Thing's got a built-in vibrator. I mean, it just gives you a massage, and you can elevate your feet, elevate your head, get in they call it the anti-gravity position, which is pretty nice.
Bruce Thin. I'll tell you what, he did a good job right there. I mean, he felt the pressure from behind him. He didn't panic, though. He just kind of eased out to the side right there. Tried to give himself every opportunity to get a pass off, but good defense in the defensive backfield down there. He ended up having to turn it up.
The ones back out. They'll go. They got it 3rd down and 10. Surely they'll change it over to Coach Conrad out there working with his defense. We have a different running back in. And he was pretty impressive in the drills. Through the air, and it's a little bit short arm to the intended receiver on the far side.
I think I remember that young man right there. I remember him at the Branson game. He had a couple really good catches down there at that Branson game from last year. I apologize for I'm horrible with names.
Well, it's been a year since we've called them, and I'm used to a number. You kind of know people's number. Memorize their name to number.
Several parents sticking around to watch the scrimmage here this morning.
My husband's at the camera. It's just pointing at the small one. Is that?
We're not allowed to show this.
Oh, it's here. Okay.
Coach asked us not to.
Okay. Okay. That's my husband's.
Yeah. And we had a concerned parent saying, "Hey, the camera's not on the action," and that was requested by the coach. So that's what we have to do. And if you're watching, I'm sure your wife is telling you now that what we just told her. So must have got in late. We mentioned it before we started, but.
Well, Matt, it's nice to know people are listening and watching.
we got viewers and listeners. I don't know how entertaining that is because we can't even describe the play, but nice little rollout pass to the near side for a reception and a first down.
Ooh, we caught the ball up there.
I think he would have been down, though. His knee was probably on the ground.
He kept fighting. Yeah, I'd say you're right, though. The whistle would have been blown on that.
It was good for a hometown furniture and mattress first down.
Clardy's going to spot the ball and make it 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. He goes through his play card.
Yeah, you know, this is good practice for him also, a little scrimmage. He's got his first plays all planned out and scripted.
Said really nothing different than we've seen, and now the defense jumps off sides.
They had a little double stunt getting ready to take place right there and just got a little overzealous. Try to time that so well.
I wonder if Coach McCullough's youngest boy who's playing, if he'll be starter. We've had a McCullough on the line for about the last 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
And a pass to the far side overthrows the intended receiver.
Banner doing a good job, though, of seeing that blitz coming from his blind side. I mean, he when he got the snap, he could see it and feeling it already, and he made some ground over to the right side.
I know he's been working to put some weight on. I haven't seen him up close and personal since basketball season last year.
Yeah, you know, that comes so easy to young guys.
It comes easy to me.
You kind of put it on when just thinking about a meal, you know, you and me. Yeah, was that just that was kind of interesting. I don't know if he had how many options he had on that play there, Matt. It went for a few yards. It was good reads, appeared to be.
Well, I don't know if he said he was going to send some players up, but I don't know. I don't think this is very good entertainment value. We can't show the film. We can't just talk about the play. I think we may just wrap it up here.
Yeah, it might be best.
But, my outtake play, one, we look like we're in better physical shape. Two, we appear to be more physical with the contact this year. And three, we got more numbers.
Yeah, I'm seeing about the same thing there, Matt. I'm just, man, it's that time of year. It's getting exciting. Jamboree next week, that gets your blood going a little bit more. But 2 weeks from yesterday, boys and girls, we're going to be out there and we're going to play some football.
Yep.
And that's it.
We're going to bring you that Jamboree about 6:45 from Willard High School next Friday night. And then the following Friday night, we'll be up at Lake of the Ozarks at School of the Osage for the season opener. Sutton Medley will be joining us. We'll have the full crew. And we will be, from time to time, some of us on location at different places. I know I have to miss 2 games this year. As we get a little older, we have more things we have to do that I haven't missed very many games in my 40 years of living here.
Yeah.
I think I've missed a dozen Liberator football games since I moved here in '83. So I missed 2 last year. I'm going to miss 2 this year. But we'll bring you all that right here on MoSportsZone and Your Country 99. Again, 6:45 next Friday night from Willard for the Jamboree. And then 6:45 on the following Friday night from School of the Osage for the season opener. This is Matt Hindenburg for Clay Meyer and Kent Otto saying so long, and thank you for watching Bolivar Liberators Sports on MoSportsZone.com and listening on Your Country 99.
Where can you and your family go to receive exceptional health care in the area? Who offers convenient family medicine and walk-in clinics near your home? Where can you go for comprehensive specialty care like orthopedics, urology, and heart care? The answer is CMH. At Citizens Memorial Hospital, they have the services your family needs to be healthy. For more information, go to citizensmemorial.com or call 417-328-6010.
Who's keeping you toasty this winter? For more than 30 years, Jim and Roberta